Hey guys, here we are for the Winter iRacing NASCAR Series at Rockingham Speedway. So we have 167 laps ahead of us. The races prior to this one have actually been pretty caution-free, or there's only been like a few cautions, like 2 or 3 in top split. We have a pretty competitive SOF here, don't know what it is, but I'm the 8 car, so I'd be guessing, I don't know, like mid to low 4Ks, if I was to guess. Managed to qualify 5th out of 30 cars. But that's where the good news ends because it's just I've been able to get like 5 to 10 lap runs in terms of keeping pace, but then I just burn up the tires so bad, sliding the right sides, particularly burning up the rears. And it's just this track is so bumpy. The track conditions right now, track temp is 107, air temp is 78. So it feels stupidly hot.
Good evening.
It feels just really hot on the track. So um, I'm expecting long runs. Don't really know how I'll be able to survive them. I mean, I saw a 100 lap run earlier, and then until the caution came out. So track position looks good initially, but I don't feel like I've been able to feel out anything. I see a lot of these guys running the bottom line, but I just slide up. So might fall back early. Maybe we'll be able to come back near the end, but uh, it's been 30 minutes of practice and I haven't been able to find any time. So with that, let's head on to the race and hope something good can happen. Hope you enjoy and see you at the end.
Your check, please.
I got you,
One
Travis.
to go. Next time by. Line up on the inside. Pit road is closed right now.
Thirty cars. That's a pretty full field. I hope you all have a lot of fun.
Be good, Jacob.
About to go green. Stay focused. Green flag, green flag. Outside. Clear. Car outside.
Sorry. Oh my god.
Outside. Clear. car outside. Clear.
Oh, the on top.
Sorry, dude. I was just rolling. Sorry, dude.
What is it?
What's that?
Car inside. Clear inside. Outside.
Cover on me, Chris.
Outside is clear. Car inside. Clear inside. Inside. Clear inside. Car inside. Clear. outside. Clear outside.
Sorry. I didn't mean to get that close to you.
I didn't mean to get in the wall.
Thank you, 18. I can tell you cut me a break there. No problem.
Car inside. Clear.
Does anyone know the track temp right now?
Track temp 119 Fahrenheit.
Why?
Benjamin, if you want to take inside, go ahead.
Is that a thank you or a sorry?
It was an apology.
Apology accepted.
Then there you go.
I think your audio is cutting out some.
Good Lord, thank you. Contact the inside, go ahead.
You guys are laughing at me again? I'm gonna go high.
Thanks, Connor.
Outside. Outside, clear.
Sorry.
Car inside. Clear. Inside. Clear. Inside. Clear. Outside. Clear up top.
Sorry, Owen.
Car inside. Clear inside. Car inside. Clear inside.
Thank you, 27. No problem.
You're in the middle, 3 wide. Inside, 2 wide. Clear. Car inside. Clear. Inside. Clear. Inside. Clear.
Thanks, Owen. Good to see you, buddy.
Outside. Outside, clear. Inside. You're in the middle, 3 wide. Clear outside, 2 wide. You're up top, 3 wide. Clear all around.
Come on, dude! No, move out the way.
Car outside. Outside, clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear high. Car inside. Clear inside. Inside. Clear. Inside. Clear. Inside. Clear. clear outside. We're halfway in the race. outside. Car inside. Clear inside. Outside. Outside, clear. You have about 2 laps of fuel left. Car inside.
Hitting there. Hitting.
Clear inside. You have about 1 lap of fuel left. Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Okay, it was a very conservative pit entrance. I was freaking blocked on entry, but hopefully it'll be okay enough, I guess.
Okay, punch it. Outside. Outside, clear. Just set your fastest lap of the session. inside.
Jesus Christ.
Car inside. Clear inside. Car outside. Clear outside if you want it. Outside. Clear. Yellow flag. Line up single file. Pit road is closed. Catch star 3. Car. Pass the pace car. Catch star 3. Car. Catch star 3, car.
Full field.
I just want to know what Benjamin and Chris was keeping.
Pit road is now open.
I can't remember. Are there wave around?
Hell no.
No. You get to start in front of the lead cars, though.
Not unless the leader stays out.
Checking up, checking up. mph, Jason.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1.
18.
Right here.
Okay, that was a
Come on,
nice,
19.5, 19.
pretty nice green flag run there. 116 laps. We stayed in the top 5. Now is when things go crazy. There were still like, I don't know, like 15 cars in the lead lap, so still might go pretty well, but okay, let's see how this turns out.
We're done. Get going. Line up, single file. Catch star 3, car. One lap to green. You're on the outside this time.
This ought to go well with all these lap cars. Oh boy.
Get ready, going green. Green flag, green flag. Car inside. Clear. Inside. Clear. Car inside. Clear inside. Inside. Clear. Just a second past the lap of the session. Car inside. Clear inside. Car inside. Clear inside. Clear. Car outside. Clear up top. Inside. Clear inside. Inside. Clear inside. outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside if you want it. Inside. Clear. 5 laps to go. Car outside. Clear up top. Outside. Outside is clear. White flag. One more lap to go. Car inside. Clear.
Went Blake.
Third one, Blake. Checkered flag, checkered flag. Good job, very good job.
That was a good race. Cleanest series on iRacing.
Amen to that. Good race, guys. That caution dropped me a lap down, but other than that, that was a great time.
We were also missing a weekly menace, so I'm sure that helped.
Great win, Blake. Great podiums, Octavio and David.
Good race.
Okay, the race is over. Bring it on in. Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Man, what a refreshing race that was. Sure, we couldn't get the win, but we drove top 5 all race. We drove 5th to 6th or so, and we ended up coming home with the 5th place. It's just so nice to be able to run solidly and then finish where you run. You know, honestly, if I run in the back and finish in the back, that's disappointing, but it's at least justified. This, we finished just about where we are head pace to finish. I don't really know. Only thing I feel a little bit upset about, I felt like Philip was faster, felt like Octavio was faster, Blake was faster, even Joe was maybe a little faster. I think we were faster than David. I think he got a little bit helped with the caution there. I think he maybe took 2 early on, or like he pitted earlier than everyone and then restarted near the front later. But kudos to him for being able to hang on. I guess I mean, he's the 5 car, so I can't doubt his pace. It was a little legitimate, but nice job going 21st to 3rd. And same thing for Benjamin. I I was just totally prepared to finish 6th in that race, and at the very end, I mean, first of all, you can just see how he was able to run the bottom so well, and we were just luckily saved by the fact that he didn't have a few more laps. A few more, I think, would have got to us. You can see right here, getting right up, I think, alongside through 1 and 2 in the final lap there. Wasn't really worried, though, given the number of laps, and just covered the bottom through here. But let's see just how far back he came, like, on that last run. So lap 120 or so. There's the restart, and he's restarting in 8th, so not far behind track position wise. But I think, like, let's say we go to lap 140 or so, maybe let's try 137. There's 30 laps to go. How far behind is he from us? Just time wise. So we're over here. Okay, so actually not too far ahead, crossing the finish line here at so like 38.5, you'd say. 37, no, I'd say 38.0. And then here he is. Okay, he's only like a second back, so maybe I just didn't see him in my mirror much. But yeah, it was really fun going through the lap traffic early on. Only thing that upset me throughout the race is I think we caught Jacob on the outside one time, and it's like I understand the cars on older tires and lap traffic, they burned up their stuff. They're a bit slower, but it was like he just completely parked it on the outside line, and I felt like that was unacceptable. I don't know if he was trying to let us by or if he was just truly that slow, had damage, whatever, but I don't even know what lap that was. The fact we only have like one negative highlight, which I don't know what it was. And plus, there wasn't, like, I think we got a 0x from that contact, or if there even was contact. But yeah, just really happy. Like I said at the start of this race, I didn't think we had any long run pace, and I still not sure if we did. I just really tried to follow what the other guys did in terms of tire saving at the first like 15, 20 laps. That is what saved our run. I feel like a lot of these guys go pretty aggressive early on. And I was leaning toward to be more aggressive. Like I think who did I pass like lap, I don't know, 6 or 5 or something like that. Let's see, who was it? It was maybe like lap 2. I don't know. So yeah, here we go, past John, and then I think we waited a few more laps, and eventually did we get into third? Maybe yeah, here we went for the move. I think lap 14. So just using the outside, then finally sent it. It was really surprising actually how the run seemed to change throughout, or like the lines. It was like, I don't know what the track temp is now. It says 115, but it was like the start of this race. It was like the bottom line was good, and then it's transitioned to the middle, and then eventually to the top. But then like the second run, it was weird how the top never got like as dominant as it was, but the bottom didn't really seem to start out well. So it was like you ended up starting to run the middle and then the high side. That's at least what I noticed from a lot of cars. The thing that just blew me away is like throughout the run, first of all, how the heck Blake managed to run the inside as many laps as he did. Like I tried to run this line and I could just feel the right front completely dying. The second thing is the fact he's able to run that line the shorter distance. Like he made it 107 laps on that first fuel stint, which is pretty crazy. Let's see, when did he pit? Yeah, lap like 107, and I was like, I think I could barely make 99. So he made a solid 8 more laps of fuel just from, I guess, coasting on entry and then not having to take that further distance. So that fuel saving, let alone the fuel saving, is what's impressive. And then Octavio, I think, um, he managed to get like, I think it was like a 3 or 4 second lead by the end of lap 100 or so. He seemed to really be enjoying the high line. And then Mitch, still a respectable top 10 finish. I was impressed by the fact that he stayed up here as long as he did. I felt like he was burning up his tires probably. I think he went to the high side like earlier than any of us did. And I'm like, okay, that's definitely fast, but is he going to be able to keep his tires alive that way? And I believe by the end of the run we actually caught him. I could be wrong about this, but let's see. So Octavia got in the lead. He's already building up the gap, and now we can see, yeah, a few cars catching up too. I mean, Mitch isn't going exceedingly slow or anything. Let's see. By lap 40, he's getting, what laps is he getting here? Around like 27 sevens or so, yeah, 27 eights, and then over here you can see around like 27 sixes or so. So you're just about a tenth or so faster, and that just really seems to compile quickly. So let's see, is skipping up further and further. I was just, I'm so proud by this whole field. The fact we're able to get these long runs. I mean, like someone said at the end of this race, the cleanest league, the cleanest series in iRacing, and I just like I can't argue with that. So yeah, there was the this is a bit of a dramatic action moment in the race because he got on the wall and I didn't know if there was room to go for the 3 wide move. Let's see what this looked like. Yeah, turn four. This track is I really excited for. I think it was back in the Xfinity Series schedule in real life. I'm not sure if the Cup Series is going back to it at some point. Who knows? But I just like how different the corners are. Sure, you have like the fact that you have these huge banking, and then like the corner really tightens up in two, but it really opens up out of four. So the way you unwind the wheel is so different. And it almost like it really tricks you, I guess, into trying to open the wheel too early and then getting into the wall. But it's like it's really difficult to get a better exit out of turn two, given the fact that you have to tighten out the wheel. But the amount of momentum you get from the high side out of turn four, it is so fun. So yeah, we got into traffic, lap 60, and it's like I'm so used to running these cars at intermediates, and you like don't get into traffic ever, especially you rarely get these long runs. I guess that's not true, but I guess the track is just so big that yeah, here was here was the moment. It was just like I didn't understand. There's literally no one in front of this 11 car, so dirty air wise, like he's totally clean and he just totally freaking parks it and almost get run over, almost wrecked there. So luckily he managed to get back the spots quickly. I thought was gonna be much worse. It ended up being. But let's see. Did Mitch? He's now like behind me by a few seconds, right? Yeah. So by like lap 80, let's see. Are we like two cars? Yeah, we're way up here. So that just shows you. Taking the high side that early in the run, fell from first down to seventh already. So don't know where he ended up coming into the pits, like lap 90 or so. Did he stay in seventh? Looks like by lap 90, yeah, he pitted quite early, actually, just around like the halfway moment, which in theory that seems like a pretty good strategy. I mean, given the fact that there was that early caution, I would like to imagine this probably helped him. But he's down to 20th here, so oh, that's because people haven't pitted yet. Now that people start to pit, he's back up to 10th, ninth, and yeah, being able to push early here. Um, so yeah, it just looks like he came into the pit 7th from there. So anything else to note here? Lots of people pitting, lap 110 or so. I don't even know where the heck we are. Man, where are we? Where are we? There we are. So yeah, Joe seemed to go quite aggressive early on, and I was like, I don't know if I'd be able to manage this pace. I was just remembering back to how I drove the early laps of the first run. Obviously, this is like only 65 to 70 laps compared to the 100 lap run to start, but I still felt like if I burned it up in the first 20, I wouldn't be able to make it 70 laps. Um, Given the fact that the caution came out so early here, which I actually want to see what caused it. Given, I mean, obviously you don't know, that's 2020 vision, but I guess it would have been smarter to pit, I don't know, like lap 90 or so. But the problem is you just don't want to risk being that car to get trapped a lap down. You pit 10 laps before you can finish it on fuel, and then, I mean, I was looking at lap 90, there were still like 16 cars in the lead lap. So you end up pitting, then you're a lap down, you're in 17th, you're hoping you can get a wave around on the caution. It's so hard. So that's why all these guys stay out as long as they do. So caution ended up happening with, oh, is this Octavio and David? Going, and who is that? Looks like a lap car. So yeah, what happened here? Yeah, can't really be upset about that. It's just clear net code. It's pretty unfortunate too. I would just say honestly, like he should know it's not that he should let these guys by in any way, but he should know that there's two cars on the lead lap or at least a lap ahead, whatever the situation is, and they are going to be three wide. So he is leaving them enough room, but I feel like you should recognize that there is a lot of track up here and you should be able to use it, I would say, just to be on the safe side. I feel like if you're in this position, you know that these people will eventually get around you. There's no need to make it easy, but no need to fight it super hard. And I feel like by pinching them here, he's just taking a lot more risk than he needs to. That's essentially all it is. Um, in reality, there shouldn't have been contact. He shouldn't have spun, but just being that close, the net code was just unfortunate. So ends up spinning out. Does he end up hitting anything? His bumper falls off, but I think that should be recoverable. Let's see if I can find out where he ended up finishing in the end. Did he finish on? Oh yeah, finished one lap down, probably where he still was at the caution. So looks like he was still able to contend for wherever he was running. So glad no. So essentially that means that there was that one caution, and I guess these people probably I don't even know what they did early, but didn't bring out a caution. So And look at all those people that even 2 or 3 laps down, they're still essentially running. So yeah, a lot of people still in uh, still running on track after like a one caution race or whatever it was. So yeah, just very impressive by everyone, honestly. This restart with this whole train of wave around cars was pretty chaotic. Um, and let's see if I can just go over to us. Here we are. And yeah, I felt like we got through quite well. A lot of these guys were giving us a lane to the outside, at least out of the corners, and got through it pretty smoothly. Um, and then it was just like from here on, there's still 40 laps to go. And if there's a caution, like now, I'd probably pit. But if it ends up being with 20 laps to go, I'm just trying to think if I take 2 tires at that point, should I try to save them? And so it's like the further on we go with like 35 laps to go, I'm like, should I try to save these tires? On the options, like, should take two. And so it was kind of this weird balance between trying to attack to the end and also preparing if there is going to be a caution. So, um, yeah, I was honestly hoping that we'd be able to get both. I mean, I just was so close to the 4 car and the 3. I just felt like I was almost like mimicking their lap times. You can see 39 here, 38:45. We're within almost like half a tenth of each other every single lap, and it's kind of cool to see the different lines and how that works. Um, yeah, it seemed like if I did like 5 laps in a row or so on the high side, I seemed to burn up my tires quicker than I was in the later stages of the first run. So that's why I was trying to run the bottom line a bit more, if anything, just to save tires. It seemed like there wasn't as much pace loss as there was later in the run, earlier in the race, but it did still feel like it was slower, at least for me. So let's just see with like 20 laps to go. I mean, here's Blake. Does he have a big gap over second? A little bit, I'd say, but at the end of the race ended up being 3 seconds. So I do want to just check out one more thing before we get to the end of this race, which is what happened to Joe. Still ended up getting a good finish, finished seventh. I think he's running fourth here. But yeah, pretty unfortunate to lose 3 spots in like the last 10 laps or so. He was having an awesome battle here with Philip, and let's see what happened. Just keeps getting that great exit off the high side in both corners, but you can see that Philip is he's trying to, he's not, definitely not running the bottom. He's trying to run just like one lane below the 3, that way he can keep the momentum, but still try to get alongside. It seemed like Joe really wasn't giving any room to the high side, or maybe he was, but Philip couldn't do much with it. Here we are, 5 laps to go. And it's kind of crazy, just like it's been this 50-lap run, and Octavio's here, David's here, Joe, Philip, me, Benjamin. It's like 6 cars within like a second after 50 laps. Um, and not only that, but having to get away around, wave around cars too. So there it is, 4 laps to go. Did Joe get in the wall all by himself? Was there any contact here? Philip getting close, and wow, it's almost like Joe downshifted there, the way the car just stepped out crazy. Wow, let's see if we can go on board and see if he actually did downshift, because that just looked really weird. Wow, was he doing that for every lap? That sounds like he was fuel saving, which is quite odd. I mean, I took 17 laps, which is definitely generous. Probably could have taken 16 or 15, but yeah, it definitely sounded like not only was he coasting into corners and stuff, but he was like putting in the clutch. And sometimes when you put in the clutch and then release the clutch back in a fourth, just the rear that's like getting back into gear really unsells the car. But it didn't seem like was he doing that into 1 and 2 as well? Yeah, no, he definitely wasn't. That was the only time he seemed to attempt putting the clutch in. So yeah, it wasn't actually tire. I thought it was like tire based, or he like overdrove the corner, but it was, if anything, it was like trying to fuel save. So He ended up falling back a bit much here, but luckily 8th place Chris was quite far back, so it saved him from not losing too many spots. So yeah, a bit of a weird way to go for Joe. I really wonder how close he was on fuel. But yeah, I think that's just about it. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and the track that we just felt so uncomfortable on to get a top 5. So really happy about that. Thanks again, and see you next time.